Darryl, just talk us through the feeling first and foremost to come back up, come to Headingley, win all the adversity you face with injuries and everything. There can't be much better feelings than that.
No, I think when you're coaching, and it's all about the players really. So we all facilitate the players to do what they do, and you sort of have different groups of players throughout your career, and these are just a phenomenal group. I think I was really surprised when I went in last year, and then what we've added has been, it's a big part of what we try and do is just really good blokes who want to do something special, and I thought that was great today. I just said, there's so many good character traits in the team that you've seen today, that it's an awesome foundation to play this game, because it's a tough game to play obviously, and I thought, we did some special things today, I thought.
Just starting with the attack element of the game, really tough through the middle, but then when you got them on the edges, you had so much joy. What had you seen in Leeds that you thought you could exploit? But on the flip side, how good were your guys at picking them off? Because you cut them to ribbons at times.
Yeah, I thought we executed really well in the first half, we just, we'd played them at Boxing Day, and we sort of got a few little tips from that we thought they maybe defend a little bit tight here or there, and if we executed well, that we'd be able to open them up a little bit, and that's that was the story of it. I thought our decision making from both halves was very good, and I thought our spine in the first half was phenomenal, to be honest. Just thought they completely dominated the game, and then our middle unit, we needed them to do a better job than did at Boxing Day, and there was a few different personnel in there, but yeah, we needed to have an even share in the middle, because they're pretty big and physical, and I thought we got that. So I thought we were unlucky not to be a little bit further ahead at half time, to be honest. I think we had a couple of rushes of blood towards the end of the first half, which gifted Leeds that. I don't think that was a try, to be honest, but anyway, it is on the scoreboard. So I just thought we gifted Leeds an opportunity there to come back at us, and then we started the second half really poorly. I mean, Odie gets knocked out. It's a poor kick off from Max. He gets knocked out, and then we get marched, and we had to dig pretty deep then to find our way to the winning enclosure at the end.
Just defensively, because they had a lot of territory in that second half. You had men down. You were down to 12, but you just found the answers all the time. You talked about the character traits. I mean, that's when you get a feeling for your team. You missed the pass with flying close. Yeah,
absolutely. I think some of the things that we did to stop tries were outstanding. Just putting our bodies in places that it's pretty uncomfortable to do that. And the level of commitment from everybody, I thought was outstanding. And some big plays defensively. I thought we were pretty loose with the ball, to be honest. We go forward pass, knock on at the play of the ball. Just way too much, really. That really gifted Leeds opportunity to attack us. But then I thought we had all the answers really defensively. I don't think they really opened us up with anything play wise. Thought our execution on the edges defensively was good. We conceded a try from a kick, and then that's pretty loose on Lissoni at the end. But we've been under a lot of pressure then, so I sort of get it.
Disruption wise, Kai Rodwell didn't play. I know it's been a setback. When did you find out, and how bad is it?
Yeah, so Kai did his hamstring earlier in the week, and he's a grade 2, so he's probably six weeks, maybe even more, which is obviously disappointing. But it happens, doesn't it? It happens. I thought it was Tuesday when he did it. We looked pretty rattled in that session. We had a terrible training session on Tuesday, but then the Thursday, Friday was pretty sharp, and we knew Kai wasn't going to play, so then we just had to come up with a slightly different plan. Mikey and Pitsy sort of carried the middle, and then we sort of rolled in and around that other third middle unit slot. So I thought we did a pretty good job with it, but we have got a few players missing, which is tough for now. But ultimately, those guys will come back, and we feel like we're really strong. There's a couple of motivation bits for us around. Everybody's talking about. Most of the teams that people are talking about have got beat, haven't they? So I just find that interesting.
Do you use the talk particularly round one when everyone's doing the predictions and the tips?
100%, 100%. Yeah, I just think it's fuel. You use any fuel that you can get, and not too much. I mean, we are 100 to 1 to be in the grand final, something like that, which I always find is interesting. I'm always going to use things like that. It makes sense. So, yeah, we use all sorts.
Just the last one on me. Given Kai out and all the other forwards you've got out, some massive efforts from Leeds and J Pitts. Started just the workloads and everything like that. You must be so pleased with how much they kept that not even just ticking over, really going full throttle.
Yeah, I think it's when you go in, so your backs go out to warm up, and then you go into middle unit, and you sort of just listen to them because I'm always interested to listen how they communicate. And I went in before, and you don't need to say anything really. They've just got it all in hand, and I think there's a lot of experience. And toughness and rugby nous as well in that group. So I think we've signed a really good middle unit. There's some already at the club. I mean, Uddy's, I think he's done his syndesmosis, so he's going to be out for a few weeks, which is a bit of a rattler because obviously he's a big part of what we do. He's a class player, Uddy. But yeah, I thought our pack. I asked him to win the forward battle today, and I thought they did that.
Darryl, he's had a rough couple of years, but on afternoons like today, do you see why people like yourself value and believe in Jake Truman so highly?
Oh, he does things that you don't see from many other players, to be honest. You watch him in training, and he's got so much time. I mean, our players struggle to shut him down because he's got a tempo and an eye for space and movement that you rarely see in players. So yeah, he's a high quality player. I mean, the only thing he's had is a couple of injuries. He's matured a little bit. He's still got a little bit to go with that, I think. But he's matured. He's worked so hard this pre-season. He's a better professional than the last time I coached him, and I think that's just experience and injuries tend to do that. They tend to force you to think a little bit differently about what you're doing. Impact. I thought Mason Leno was unbelievable today as well. I mean, you can just hear him, all the way through, whether it's with or without the ball. And like I said, I thought our spine was impeccable in that first half.
You just touched on Kai, Nicotemo and Griffin. Obviously you've got a few missing on the edges. When might you see them again?
So Griff's about 3 weeks, I think. Seth he broke his scaphoid against Castleford, so he's a little bit long. He's probably 8 weeks. Kai's 6. So there's a couple of sort of medium termers there. And Cam did his hamstring as well, so he's 6 weeks as well. So yeah, there's nobody coming back. We've got a short turnaround. Neil Udgell did the fixture list this year, so he's gone as 5-day turnaround to Thursday. I don't know who did the fixture list, but raving bonkers whoever did.
When you've got so many out from the middle, I mean, obviously Mike comes with such experience, international experience, but Jay Pitts as well. I mean, a real leader in that pack for you, isn't he? Oh,
he's a machine, that kid. I'll tell you. I mean, I've rarely seen a player who can just keep doing. I mean, if I bring him off the field, he is genuinely angry with me. Genuinely, I'm telling you. So he just hates coming off the field. Yeah, no, he's got to stay on now, so that's a good thing. But yeah, well, I just think his rugby now is as good as a 13. You see a lot of players who are, he's played. For me, he outplayed Cam today, I think, and he's one of the best 13s in our game. So he's at that level for me. I think he's outstanding, both sides of the ball.
And just last, I think I saw the owner on the pitch at the end as well with the players, wasn't he? A nice moment for everyone, obviously. It's been a long process to get back here, a long 15, 16 months, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we had to go through the process of. Well, it's not a process. You get relegated. You've got to deal with the championship, and I thought we did that in such a humble, professional way. The whole club, we respected everything about the championship, and that was important. And then we've built ourselves a foundation that allows us to come in and do what we did today, really. And I think our foundations are rock solid. From the guy or the family who've bought the club and what they're doing. The ground looks, it's not quite all there yet, but I've never seen as much work. It's like a building yeah, at the minute, it's just all sorts going on. So that is going to be an unbelievable stadium, and then we feel like we've got a team, certainly from an attitudinal point of view, that's going to be able to match that, and then we'll just keep building. But we feel like we've done a pretty good job in recruitment and retention, and we're in a good place. I thought today sort of showed that our foundations are good, and we'll build from this.
The first 4 games of the season suggest there's been a bit of a change in the balance of power in the comp. Has there been, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think that game the other day. Well, 1-0. I mean, that's pretty tough to call, ain't it? But Lee are a good side and have been for a while. You're not going to, on the balance of that, you're not going to say Wigan are not going to be there or thereabouts. It was a high quality game. OKR, I think, just didn't pay respect to Cass. You could see that a little bit. I think they'd probably say that last night. But the one thing I've really liked about it is full stadiums and close games. They are, I think that's awesome for the competition. So. A balance of power, I think you'd have to wait a fair while to see whether that's, and we could do with some more Yorkshire sort of influence in there. I'd like to see that, and I'd like us to be that influence.
Just a quick word for Matty Russell today. Gave you a different dimension clearing your own line, which was really important. Yeah,
well, we had a 50-50 call really on whether we went Matty Russell or Lachlan Walmsley, and I just felt, but I knew Leeds were going to put us in a corner and try and dominate us physically, which they did against us on Boxing Day, and thought Matty Russell would be important in sort of alleviating that issue, and I thought he was outstanding today. He got poked in his eye and he was seeing double vision. He was seeing 2 of me at half time, which is never a good thing, I don't think. But he was great. I just think he carried the ball with such intent and was a handful. So I'm really pleased with the way he went today.